Good rising, dear family. This will be Christ Games Saga Part 12 of Infinity. The 9 Principalities Melee. I'm going to explain it again. I kept making a mistake and calling it the 14th Christ Game. No, this is the 12th Christ Game. I just want to explain these words to you and say these words out loud. I want to help spiritually uplift the entire world. In doing so, I assure my space in the coming world of absolute true freedom. Soul freedom, soul liberation, soul sovereignty, soul pride. Those things. So I'm going to explain the 9 principalities melee again. This will be the part 2 of one, or part 2 of the... I'm just going to explain it. Here it is. So, 9 principalities. First off, why do I call it a Christ game? I explained it all in the accident video, so I don't need to explain it again, but I will just say this. I'm going off the literal meaning of things. I'm just explaining things based off of the literal meanings of things. The word Christ, what it literally means. The title, also treated as a name given to Jesus, or an oath used to express irritation, dismay, or surprise. Used to express. What's the point of this Christ games here? Why do I want to keep explaining this to you over and over again? The whole point, the whole reasoning for it. I want to encourage people to say things out loud that will, in a sense, shatter the artificial foundation of the world. Shatter the artificial foundation of the world. What do I mean by shatter the artificial foundation of the world? Right now, currently, you all are serving the wrong master, and you are walking in the wrong ways of the wrong master. Meaning, you are within the wrong empire and standing on the wrong grounds of the empire. The Christ Games Saga, each and every video that I have made for the Christ Games, is to encourage you to say things that will ultimately see to it that you destroy the fake evil grounds you are standing on for the good and balanced grounds you naturally desire to stand on. Just want to say words that'll help encourage that process to start happening. So this is Christ Games Saga Part 12 of Infinity. Just going to re-explain the 9 principalities melee again. The 9 principalities melee. How is this Christ Games going to help encourage people to start saying things out loud, more so over, that'll help shatter the chaotic foundation in which our family is standing upon right now, principally speaking? How is this going to happen? It's going to bring awareness to and/or understanding of the actions and/or the behavior that your neighbor is committing to thine own neighbor. How we are treating each other. It'll bring full awareness to this, and it'll give you the oomph or the push to see to it that you may say things that'll help change the trajectory of people's thoughts, feelings, and actions in this world. Maybe. If those words made sense to you while I just said them, for the reasons I just said them. But at any rate, the 9 principalities melee. What are the 9 principalities? The 9 principalities are as follows. First, ignorance. Listing it from bottom to top. Bottom, ignorance being on the bottom. Second, it's greed, lust, and gluttony. Greed, lust, and gluttony. Those are the next 3. After that comes pride, wrath, and sloth. Pride, wrath, and sloth. Then after that, notice the order I'm trying to keep them in as well. Then after pride, wrath, and sloth, it's just jealousy and fear. Jealousy and fear would be the last 2. Makes 9 in total. Those are the 9 principalities of the world. Those 9 principalities, based on how I've measured the people of this world, how I've measured your character and behavioral ideas and the standards and what they stem from, the way you all practice everything you practice on a daily basis. Those 9 specific, I'd like to label and describe them as sins, are the baseline and towards, or is the baseline of and reasonings, as the baseline of why you all do what you do in finite reasoning. That's what I'm ultimately trying to say. Those 9 specific sins, I would like to say, or demonic influences, or witchful entrenchments. That's the witchcraft I see. Those 9 specific principalities, that's the witchcraft I see. And where those 9 principalities come from. That's the witchcraft or the curses I see on the world today. If you all figured out a way to beat those specific things, then what is causing you to plague each other night and day will come to an end. So this is why I want to just put this parable out here. I just want to say it. What is a parable? A short story used to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson. I like to describe it and/or define it as a short story used to label and describe moral and/or spiritual upliftance into a 9-dimensional thinking mind and beyond into an infinite. That's what I like to say. So here, 9 principalities melee. Where do I get the melee from? I'm a big old nerd. It was inspired by the video game title Super Smash Bros. Melee. So, I'm going to get these principalities to fight each other in your minds to become or to destroy themselves. So what is actually causing them to be here in this world will be the only thing we be obligated to face after they are gone. It's spiritual war in a sense. And it's a spiritual war that I have control over, so to speak. Remember, I said I'm about to fight this battle for you all. This is not a battle you're going to fight yourselves. You don't know how. Plus, you're all too scared and lazy. Fear and ignorance. Because if you knew about this, you'd be trying to destroy and/or beat these problems by any moral means necessary and as soon as possible. I need to hurry up and go ahead and land my statement before the video cuts off on me again. So, the 9 principalities melee. Those 9 principalities. What is a principality? A principality. There's multiple definitions for them, according to what I saw online. Here's 2 of them. The first one being a state, ruled by a prince. A state, ruled by a prince. That prince can be any kind of prince. It could be a prince of darkness and/or a prince of peace, now couldn't it? How about a prince of balance? A state, ruled by a prince. Because let's never forget, there's a king and there's a prince, right? Or there's a lord and there's a prince, right? Now, according to what I have learned and what I've been studying, the Most High God is the highest, whereas the prince is his servant and/or his princeling, so to speak. You follow me? The son, in other words. Moving along. So, a state ruled by a prince. Then the second definition in Christian angelology, in traditional Christian angelology, it is the 5th highest order of a 9-fold celestial hierarchy. It just says a celestial hierarchy right there. It could be talking about any celestial hierarchy. Which celestial hierarchy is it talking about? It is talking about the 9 choirs of angels celestial hierarchy. The 9 choirs of angels celestial hierarchy. Yeah. Angels, what angels literally are in reality are our divine character traits, meaning the powers that come from God, the powers that come directly from the true God of the universe, the God of gods, the soul of the universe. That's what angels are. They are our divine character traits and/or our instructions on how to live, or they give us our instructions, so to speak. and or they give us our specific character traits that we have habitually or nirvanically, if you want to believe in this concept, so to speak. I think differently than even the traditional Christian angelology tells me to think. Differently than all of it thinks, or different than all of the lessons want me to think. I think differently than all of them. Moving forward, though. Yeah, once again, my divine character traits are not of white people with eagle's wings. My divine character traits are not of white people with eagle's wings. Those are lies there. Perversions from their ancestors through ours in order to ensure we would grow up in a world of lies. So we'd be ignorant enough and stupid enough to just accept it all as if it's normal. My divine character traits are not of white people with eagle's wings. Moving forward. Here. So, in traditional Christian angelology, the fifth highest order of the 9 choirs of angels celestial hierarchy. The fifth highest order. But in all of the maps online or all of the hierarchies online, when you look at the 9 choirs of angels, the 9 choirs of angels principality sits at the 7th on that list though. But then when you look at the definitions all over the world, it says it's on the 5th. So what's the truth here? Is it in the 5th slot or the 7th slot? When I took a look at it and compared it in contrast to all of the constituents that it has thereof, meaning all of the other hierarchies that this 9 choirs of angels hierarchy connects to, meaning how seraph, quantum, and soul have very synonymous meanings to one another, I recognize that principalities being listed as the 5th highest order would land it directly on the heart of hearts chakra. It would land principalities on the heart of hearts chakra if you put it at the 5th one. Because here's the thing, that angel hierarchy, the more that I study it and the more that I look at it, looking at the fact that it all is all just spiritual attendance, spiritual beings, spiritual attendance, is spirit attendance, attendance of God, attending on God. What is God? Who is God, literally speaking? God is the creator and or ruler of the universe and source of all moral authority. Source of all moral authority. Doesn't say anything about immoral authority. It says the source of all moral authority. That's really sticking with me right now. And then it says the supreme being. The supreme being, the creator, the creator, the creator. You see, there's only one creator, isn't there? What's the difference between creation and birth? What's the difference between a phenomenon and a polarity? Will you ponder with those questions? Raise your level of discernment to the maximum and beyond. I know you can do it. I believe in you. Moving forward. So, placing principalities at the 5th spot places principalities as an aspect of the heart chakra. The principalities angel is the artwork of the heart chakra. The principalities angel on the 9 choir hierarchy list is an artwork and/or aspect and/or feature and/or trait and/or measurement and/or adaptation and/or constituent of the heart chakra itself, the anahata. The anahata, the principalities angel. So that means the heart chakra, meaning the heart of hearts of the universe, the heart of hearts of the world. The heart itself will be the principle of our physical reality. Physical reality. Because remember, the Most High God is the leader and/or master of everything. Because another definition and/or more meaning for the word principality is this. In its English origin, principality, principality is the word principle. In the word principle, what it labels and describes as, first in line of order of importance, or first in order of importance, main. And that word is synonymous with master to make it make more sense. Synonymous meaning. Things that are synonymous in the meaning world, meaning in the cosmic world or in the celestial world or in the astral world, things that have a synonymous meaning, they coexist perfectly, but things that have synonymous meanings in the physical don't. I'm going to say that idea for later, though. It's different when it's synonymous in spirit, but it's not. It's completely dismissive to have synonymous comparisons in the physical. Meaning, like, just because two people look the exact same, that don't mean they are the exact same. Or just because two different individuals have similar traits, that don't mean they are the exact same. There can be something unique about this person that gives him the ability to do this. And there could be something unique about the twin that gives the twin the ability to do something else. But they are still different. But when you have meanings, synonymous meanings in spirit, they're almost one and the same thing, completely and entirely. Or it's one whole power that operates one whole system perfectly in infinite order, as all things should be, as within, so throughout. If that makes sense to you. It will later on, maybe. But here, principle, first in line of importance, main, synonymous in spiritual meaning for master, or cosmic or celestial meaning. You follow what I'm saying? So, that means the heart of hearts is the principle of reality. The heart of hearts is the principle of principles. The heart of hearts is the principle of principalities, or the principality of principalities. Singular and plural. You follow what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though. There's more. There's another word, principle. This is what I was going to get to before that other video cut off on me. So I'm going to try to finish this. I'm going to try to land the statement here as quickly as I possibly can so I don't do it again. So, there's another thing. Principal or Principle. There's two ways to say principle, actually. There's a principle in which labels and describes a master and or leader, which is what the heart of hearts is. And then there's the word principle in which labels and describes the foundation, which is what the heart of hearts in itself is. The foundation of reality. Soul principle. What we stand on naturally. Meaning our principle is also our foundation itself. If that makes sense to you. The word principle, spelt with a PLE at the end, it defines as a fundamental truth or proposition that serves as the foundation for a system of, remember these main three things to keep this definition in mind: belief, behavior, or for a chain of reasoning. So just imagine if the principle, heart of hearts, was your foundation of principle to stand on, behave by, and operate from. What is the heart of hearts characteristics, though? The heart of hearts characteristics: peace, love, unity, and advancement. Same story I'm going to be kicking to you for the rest of my life. I'm just going to be telling you in a bunch of ways, because if I just keep telling you move in peace, love, unity, and advancement over and over again, it may not work the way it should work. Because let's never forget, the devil just popped up out of nowhere and snatched you all in the wrong direction. So somebody from God's team is just going to pop out of nowhere and snatch you all in the right direction. The devil's wrong direction is war, hatred, division, and stagnates, and God's correct direction is peace, love, unity, and advancement. If that makes sense to you. So, the heart of hearts, our principle of reality, its foundational way is of peace, love, unity, and advancement. The devil wants you to live in war, hatred, division, and stagnates, and has 9 other principles outside of the heart of hearts ways to drive you in this direction. This is ultimately why I'm trying to get these words to you. The devil has 9 specific principles within our spiritual realm right now, or within our pneuma, or within our pneumatic cells. And those 9 principles are driving our physical body outside of our heart of hearts way. And outside of our heart of hearts way is of war, hatred, division, and stagnates, on and or upon our heart of hearts way is peace, love, unity, and advancement. That's why I'm telling you these things. It sounds like a lot, but the devil has done a lot to keep you off of this one way. The heart of hearts is the principle of our reality, not the devil. Thou cannot serve two masters. For either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will abhor the one and love the other. Same thing. I have to look at the scripture in Matthew again. Moving forward. So, the heart of hearts is the principle of reality. Now, when you look at the angel hierarchy from the perspective of what the definition of principalities actually tells you, this will be the information you will come up with. You'll recognize that the heart of hearts is the principle of reality. Just a real simple statement, right? And then you'll also recognize how the word principle spelt with a P-L-E and the word principle spelt with a P-A-L have two synonymous, completely same Latin meanings or original Latin meanings. And it just means chief. The order. You follow me? So in Latin, both the word principle and principle are still one and the same, meaning they don't have two separate meanings. They're just the same meaning, chief. So that means the heart of hearts is the chief master of reality if you accept the hierarchy's lineup to be this way. You follow what I'm saying? Why am I telling you this? Because once you recognize who and or what your actual master and or leader is, the other 9 will not be able to touch you ever again. And then they'll fight each other, and then they'll dissipate. This is how it will work in the spiritual war right here that I'm fighting for you. You follow what I'm saying? So here's the thing though. What's originally put all 9 spirits into our spiritual realm or unto our spiritual foundation in order to take us away from the heart of hearts leadership. The demon, in other words, once we come to our senses resurrection, it'll be right there to knock us back out of them again. And this is where we'll all have to be ready physically to take this out and stop it. But this spiritual conversation that I'm having right here, in order to take the 9 out so we can get ready to see the one that actually originally initiated them and put it all in our spiritual realm. We don't necessarily have to, I want to say, gotta use all the right words. We won't necessarily have to worry too much. Well, you're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the work. I'm not going to be able to do everything for you. Then again, how much am I honestly really doing? I know I'm doing a lot or a decent amount, but it still ain't enough that's seeing you all free immediately like I would like to see you all. Because I'd like to see you all free right now. You follow what I'm saying? I don't necessarily want to take my time in your liberation. I really don't. I want to see it happen right now. Moving forward though, this is my personal thoughts. So once we recognize that the heart of hearts is our original and true master of reality, the other 9 principalities that came from the devil that put them in our spiritual realm, meaning the entrenchment, meaning the influence, meaning the generational curses, meaning every single father that we had before our father and the father before their fathers faced this demon's entrenchment, in which caused us to grow up in the world of this demon's entrenchment through our fathers. Because let's never forget, the devil can only place its darkness into our world through us. Only. This parable is also going to inspire a great father energy wave. A great father energy wave. Speaking of which, I want to give a shout out, a dimensional future hop shout out to all of the natural intelligence movement leaders. I don't care if you're a white natural intelligence leader or a black natural intelligence leader. I just want to send you love from this day right here, 10 years into the future. And by the way, just to say this out loud real quickly, The natural intelligence leaders will be the antithesis of the artificial intelligence revolution. The natural intelligence leaders, or the natural intelligence movement, that's what it was. The natural intelligence movement is going to be the antithesis of the artificial intelligence revolution. It's going to be the opposite of it. It's going to be the fire to the paper in which the AI revolution is going to be. The natural intelligence movement is going to be. Just wanted to say those words real quick. So, great father energy, right? This parable, this nine principalities melee parable is also going to help inspire and or encourage a wave of great father energy. You follow me? And once we tap into the great father energy, we're going to recognize who and or what the great father actually is, the heart of hearts itself. Because the heart of hearts is the king of kings. It's all one and the same energy. It's all one and the same energy. This is why I kept saying synonymous meanings in spirit. Make the meanings of the words virtually one and the same. Virtually one and the same meaning, or virtually one and the same thing. In spirit. Synonymous meanings in spirit, only in spirit, not in the physical, only in spirit. The synonymous meanings of words make them virtually one and the same thing. To give a more in-depth understanding of why I'm saying that, think of it this way. The definition of a word, how it can have multiple definitions, yet still the same meaning when you apply it. Yet it'll still do the same thing when you apply any format of the word's definition. You follow what I'm saying? Like, if you want to go right, how many definitions of going right do you have? You have multiple definitions of the phrase go right, meaning you can go right over there, or you can go in the right direction principally, or you can stand on the right principles, you see. Think of it in that regard. So, great father energy, 9 principalities melee. Once you all tap into and or recognize that the heart of hearts is the master of reality, and or the heart of hearts is the chief of reality, the 9 principalities, or the 9 negative principalities within our spiritual realm controlling our people and subjugating them to the ways of the devil's plans and the ways of the devil's agendas, they'll dissipate. They'll disintegrate in the spirit. Once you come to the awareness of this here principality right here, or this here understanding, come to this understanding fast right here. This will be a good one to come back to fast. It'll also get you closer to a 9-dimensional thinking mind, because this will hop you straight into a 6th one. Once you accept that the heart of hearts is the ruler of reality, this will hop you directly into a 6D mind in a heartbeat, a 6th-dimensional thinking mind in a heartbeat. Once you accept the heart of hearts is the master of reality, that is. Moving forward. So, principalities, the 5th angel. If you put it back in the normal spot that it was in at first, if you put that hierarchy listing back in the normal spot that it was at first, principalities would land on being the 5th highest order of the 9-fold celestial hierarchy, which will make the heart of hearts, principalities, and the heart of hearts and the principalities aspects of one another. Because it's all spiritual play here. It's all divine spiritual traits. These are all divine spiritual traits I'm speaking of. These are all divine characteristical spiritual traits. Divine morals, natural divine morals, natural divinative morals, natural. You follow me? Meaning the powers of our divine nature, the powers of our higher nature, the powers of our infinite nature. This is what this information is. That is what this information is for us all here. You follow me? And I'm just downloading this, just coming, and I'm just receiving it. I'm just receiving it, and I'm just sharing it with you all. Because I know what it'll do if you gain it, if you gather it. You follow me? More aware of my words. I know. Moving forward, though. So, understanding how and or why the heart of hearts is the principle of our physical reality will help you destroy and or take out and or eliminate and or disintegrate all of the 9 negative principalities taking over our mind heart spaces right now and or governing the mind heart spaces of the world right now currently. You follow what I'm saying? That's the purpose of me revealing this parable to you. It's just more foundational talk. Remember, I am encouraging you to say more foundational things. The more foundational things you talk about, the more you play the Christ Game Saga, or this particular Christ games, period, any of my Christ games. Because let's never forget, the purpose of the Christ games is to destroy the negative artificial foundation that the devil is forcing you all to stand on right now, using the negative 9 principalities to do so. You follow me? So, more details on it. The 9 principalities, they each also line up with all of the specific chakras. Then all 9 principalities line up with the specific chakras as well. I'm gonna throw that in there before I move forward to the next part of the parable, and to make it make more sense, to get the Great Father energy into the world, so we can beat this and get on, and move on with our lives more faster. Get Great Father energy into the world so we can move on with our lives more faster. So all of the 9 sins, or the 9 negative principalities, which are just the 9 deadly sins. They are the 9 deadly sins. That's what they are. 9 deadly sins. Ignorance, right now currently constituent of the Earth Star chakra. Greed, right now currently constituent of the root chakra. I had it lined up differently when I first started, but due to all of the information that I've gathered and all the information that I've learned, instead of multiple chakras being a part of one chakra, all of the chakras come from all of the chakras. You follow what I'm saying? Or all of the deadly sins come from all of the chakras. Instead of multiple deadly sins, this is how I should have said it. Instead of multiple deadly sins being a part of one chakra, all of the deadly sins come from all of the chakras, because it's all spiritual. So that means it's all coming. So even though there's multiple things to measure and identify and to speak on that are within our spirit soul traits, or within our spirit soul's built-in abilities, you follow what I'm saying? Even though there are multiple things to measure, it's all still one fantastic, magnificent power. The one in which gives us our lives and our abilities to function in them properly. You follow what I'm saying? Free will, nothingness, supremacy. Imagine if nothing was telling you what to do. What would you do? What you wish to do? Who art thou, or who are you to do what you wish to do first? Who are you first? Are you something chaotic? Are you as an individual chaotic, or are you as an individual someone who is willing to operate in reality regular? Because to operate in reality on normal grounds is to operate in reality on balanced grounds, good grounds, common grounds with thy neighbor. I can see if your neighbor was trying to go to war with you for something that doesn't need to be fought about, then that means your neighbor will be operating on chaotic grounds, not good ones. These ideas can help encourage some good grounds into our world. These ideas will help encourage good grounds within our worlds, good spiritual grounds. Once again, why? Because I am tired of living amongst people who desire to introduce chaotic grounds. What you call racism and all that other talk there. Don't need to get into it right now. Just want to finish the 9 deadly sins right quick and connect them. So the 9 deadly sins hierarchy. I said ignorance connects to the Earth Star chakra. Greed connects to the root chakra. Lust connects to the sacral chakra. Gluttony connects to the solar plexus chakra. Pride connects to the heart chakra. Wrath connects to the throat chakra. Sloth connects to the third eye chakra. Then you have jealousy, the top crown. And then fear of the Most High. You see? That's how I have those 9 lined up with each other. For a reason. It's all for a reason. I'm saying it all for a reason. I don't mean to make the video so sizable. I don't. It's just these words are not being said in detail thoroughly enough, or with any care at all. You follow what I'm saying? So I'm just going to say them. No matter the situation, no matter the flaws, no matter anything at all. Just going to say them. Good grounds need to be laid upon this world here, or within this world here. Good grounds need to be laid within this world. They need to be. I'm just going to help, or I'm just going to say things that'll lay them faster, because it needs to spread across the entire planet right now at hurricane speeds. And it needs to move in the right way, or at least the rightest way possible. Stay safe, stay alive. Stop letting the demon order the servants to kill us. The heart of hearts is the principle of reality. I just want to say this parable out loud before I start drifting into the mad guy talk. So, we learn this. The devil's entrenched principalities, the devil's negatively entrenched 9 principalities will dissipate. And the 9 deadly sins that I just mentioned that are connected to each chakra, they are the sins that will be disintegrated once the heart of hearts reclaims control of all of your lives. Once the heart of hearts takes back control of all of your lives, all 9 of those sins will end. And the devil that put them in you will show up again to try to put them back into you. Moving forward, then I just told you how each sin connects with all 9 of the chakras. How each sin connects with all 9 of the chakras. Now, I also want to add this here 9-fold parable, or this 9-fold hierarchy into the situation to make it even more, I guess, somewhat memorable. And it'll also connect the chakras as well, because of the characteristics might have you, or there have you. May this make sense to you. It's just a part of the story. I have to say this as well. I have to say this. It's a part of the story. So, I have characters pulled and or drawn from animes and video games and comic books to help make this make a more lucrative sense, if you would. You follow me? Do I want you all to be all into comic books and video games and things of that nature? No, I do not. I am one person who now is repulsed at the idea of video games and playing them more than anything now. Me personally, I am tired of all games. Me personally, I abhor all games. Me personally, I am detested of all games, if that's a proper way to say it. But the thing is, there's one more game that has to be played. This one. This is the one last game to play. The one that I just made up, called Christ Games. In this specific Christ game right here, the 9 principalities melee. Just explaining something to you. So, the fathers. That's what this parable is. So I just told you the 9 deadly sins parable, or the hierarchy. And then I just told you also how they are each connected and are lined up with the chakras. I'm going to tell you why they are lined up with the specific chakras when I name the fathers, you see. I have to tell you all 3 of those in one so you can understand why I am lining each of these fathers or these specific sins up with these chakras. So, the first father on the list, I'm going to name it from spirit to the flesh. The first father on the list is Black Lightning from the Black Lightning TV series show. Why do I consider Black Lightning to be the most highest father on this list? Why do I? Because his character in that show, how he was literally determined to see the well-being of the people and the well-being of the people only. And he was latched onto that idea and was not going to let it go, even if he would have lost those lightning powers. Black lightning powers. Black lightning. It's another reason why I chose him to be the highest father on this list. Is because of the name itself. Black lightning. The source of all fire and lightning. The quantum, the highest. Or the soul star, the highest. Or the creator, and or the source of all light. That's why. The second father on the list. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say it. The fake father, Yahweh, or Yahweh, or Allah. The fake father is the second one. The father of jealousy, the enslaver of mankind, the enslaver of all humanity, the destroyer of worlds, the destroyer of galaxies. That one. The Prince of Darkness is what Yahweh is. Moving forward. Third father. Well, not really technically a father, just a son. Eric Killmonger. Why would Eric Killmonger be in the third slot? Because the sun will never settle upon the sun will never set upon the Wakandan Empire. The sun will never set upon the Wakandan Empire. Eric Killmonger said that in his show, right? Or in his movie. Why did he say that line? Why would Eric Killmonger's character say that line? The way Eric Killmonger's character is in the movie, being thine character traits in thy mind, as one thinketh in his heart, so shall he be. Character traits, the application of certain character traits. I get it, it sounds lame, it sounds corny, it sounds like too much to explain, right? But the character traits, Eric Killmonger should have won. The sun will never set upon the Wakandan Empire. What do you think he meant when he said that? It'll never set, it'll never set, it'll never set. Meaning it'll never go down. Meaning the light of the sky will always be up on the Wakandan Empire, meaning the light will always be within the throne. The light will always be upon the throne. The light will never set upon the Wakandan Empire, meaning the light will never go down. The sun will never go down. Now, of course, in reality, I said this in a previous video, but I'm going to say it again for this one. Now, of course, in physical reality, the sun is going to go up and the sun is going to go down no matter what. We know that. But in the parable, and or what Eric Killmonger was saying in that scene, he was talking about how the sun will never set upon the Wakandan Empire, meaning how the sun will always be up, never setting, ever. It'll just stay there. And we'll always have the abilities to see, capital discernment. And the enemy will never be able to keep us on the bottom again, ever again. Because this time, when we win, we will come out on top and stay there. You follow what I'm saying? Then we'll also have all of the grounds in check. We'll have the high grounds, the mid grounds, and the low grounds in check. All of them. We will reclaim everything of our every aspect and detail of our reality. We'll reclaim it all. And we'll have it under control for the heart of hearts. The heart of hearts is the everybody as well. Heart of hearts. Everyone has a heart. And the one heart of the universal heart is destined to be our leadership for all the days of our lives. You want to know what the heart of hearts is telling you to do? Nothing. It's just giving you a way to live. If you can accept the energy of it thereof and the proposition of of these words here. What is my proposition again? The heart of hearts is the principle of reality. Let the heart of hearts be your master again. Let the heart of hearts be your master again. This will beat the other 9 negative principalities. I should have said this in the previous video. So, the 9 fathers. Now, like I said, he's a son, so it's technically 8 fathers, right? Well, you know, Eric Killmonger's character, the guy who plays him, the good brother Michael B. Jordan, he was also a father in raising Dion. So technically, Eric Killmonger's no. You can't count the raising Dion story, yada, 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 right? Well, Eric Killmonger is awesome. So therefore, Eric Killmonger is also the raising Dion father. Because I said so. You don't have to count the story, though. I'm just being stupid or silly. Moving forward here. So, it's technically 8 fathers, but for this parable to make sense, I'm just going to say 9 fathers. Because the 9-dimensional thinking mind I'm trying to get you all into. Yes, 8 fathers, whatever. Moving forward. So, the 4th or the 3rd father, I'm just going to say 4th to make it make more sense. What will be the 4th father? Asura, from Asura's Wrath, the 6 arms. And if you look at it without the Earth Star chakra being counted as 0, Asura would land on the 5th slot of the belief system pillar hierarchy, not the 6th or the 4th. You follow me? Moving forward though here. You know, I watched that death battle. I watched it. While I got some time to talk about it, I'm going to just say a few things. You messed that one up on purpose, didn't you? You disrespected, man. That's not how you wanted it to end. It was the first death battle with an alternate ending. It's the first death battle that took all of that extra time to come out, almost like you had to redo it all. Almost like something else got involved and made you change the way you were going to play it to the people. Nah, man. I ain't with that death battle there. You could have did a better job. Why did Kratos just rip his arms off like it was nothing? And then you had Kratos twerking. Yeah, something else got involved with that death battle, didn't it? I'll leave you to think about it yourselves, though. But at any rate, why am I choosing Asura as the Dominions or the Wrath slot? Why am I choosing that one? Think about it. His story, his gameplay, or his character. His character. The story that of Asura's character in the game. To destroy all of the gods, enslaving humanity. Destroy all of the principalities, enslaving humanity. Asura's game or Asura's story lines up perfectly with all of the parables that I'm telling you about. That's why I chose him to be in this slot right here. The next father, Vegeta. Pride for the Saiyan race, pride for the soul race. All lines up, you see. Pride for the heart. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm choosing it, because that's why I got these fathers lined up in this story. All the nerd, geek stuff, all that talk is for the stories here. The stories, man. Certain characteristical traits, they line up with the reason why I'm choosing a certain fathers that I'm choosing for the hierarchy in order to make great father energy line up perfectly. Great father energy. Those first 4 are superheroes. Well, not Yahweh, but the other fathers and the son were superheroes in a sense. Pride for the Saiyan race or pride for the soul race. Soul pride. Soul pride, you see? That's why I chose Vegeta to be the father of that specific slot there. The next father slot, the solar plexus father slot. What would that one be? Akuma. Oh yeah, before I move on, another thing about that death battle. How can you just sit here and say someone of a different character body has the same feats and or traits as another one? That makes no sense. One person is not the other person. They are essentially the same in spiritual meanings, but they are not synonymously the same physically. Then again, you can take those thoughts however you want to take them. Maybe Kratos can hold back a universal guy punching some things, whatever you were saying in that video. I forgot it. Well, I didn't forget. I still got it in mind. Moving forward, the next father is Akuma. I have a what if scenario that I'd like to share with the world here. A what if scenario. This what if scenario. So, in the lore of Street Fighter, everyone says that Akuma would be maybe Ryu's father, right? That's what everybody says in the Street Fighter world lore. So I have a what if scenario I'd just like to share to make this parable make more sense. Because I believe that. I believe that Ryu is Akuma's son. That's what I believe. So who would Ryu's mother be? I have a what if scenario. Kazumi from Tekken. That's my what if scenario. Kazumi from Tekken would be Ryu's mother, right? Take that however you like to take it. So, I also have Akuma listed as the gluttony sin, or the father of gluttony, right? Why the father of gluttony? Because he's a gluttonous for fighting. Vegeta's pride, Asura's wrath, you see. But then it's like Eric Killmonger is sloth, right? Now, when it comes to sloth, I rewrite that. I rewrite the sloth because it's like, it's an energy that's just not doing anything wrong to you. Slothful energy is just an energy that's not doing anything wrong to you. Just like balance energy is. So I replaced the sloth with balance. Just to throw that out there real quick. So I have a what if scenario in my head about Akuma, the gluttonous spirit, or the gluttony characteristic, right? Now, the gluttony characteristic Akuma, I have a what if scenario that says Akuma had an affair with Kazumi while Kazumi was with Heihachi in the story, you see, and they had Ryu as a result of it. That's just the what if scenario I'm throwing out there. Because are Ryu and Kazuya the same age? Are Ryu and Kazuya the same age? Are Ryu and Kazuya the same age? They are very similar to each other if you noticed it. Ryu and Kazuya are very similar to each other if you noticed it. They could be stepbrothers. Kazuya and Ryu could be stepbrothers in a sense. They could be. Same mother, different dads. It could be. Just throw out there for the Great Father's parable, because some fathers have to get their hands dirty to protect their children, don't they? What's Akuma's characteristic? He will beat you down, layeth the smacketh down upon thine frame until you cannot get up again. You see. Moving forward, what was the next father? The sacral chakra's father. Minds. There's a lot of dark stories in that field that I'll come back to later. So who's the root chakra's father? Kazuya Mishima is. Kazuya Mishima is the root chakra's father. And Kazuya is a part of, well, then the greed will also line up there, right? Then that means Kazuya will be the father of greed, right? Now, why would Kazuya's characteristic be the father of greed? Similar, his character is very similar to colonialism. Not necessarily too similar to colonialism like Frieza would be in the Dragon Ball anime, but yeah, power hungry, greedy, all his characteristics say those things. And then he also has this line in one of his games. I am what you will refer to as devil. I am what you will refer to as devil. Remember, this world right here, everything that you are, everything that you want to be like, I am against it completely and entirely, all of it. So, due to your world having everything that seems to be good painted as evil, and everything evil painted as to be good, I just want to be balanced. So your world would just paint me as evil because I don't want to be like it. Burn until you can't anymore, and then burn some more after that. So you would just call me evil because I want to stand on what I want to stand on. You just call me that. So what? Then I am what you would refer to as devil. Stole the line straight out of the video game. to use it for my spiritual war purposes in real life. So what? Moving forward. And who would the final father be? My brother. Moving forward now. So I'm going to take all these principality characters, all 9 of them that I just mentioned to you, from Black Lightning to Kazuya, right? And I'm just going to put their spiritual characteristics in one arena, one spiritual war arena, and have them fight to the death. And the one that'll come out on top will be Eric Killmonger. And he'll sit on the throne. And he'll take over from there on. And he'll get Wakanda to freedom. And the sun will never set on the Wakandan Empire ever again. Ever again. How is Eric Killmonger going to win? Because I'm going to give him a bunch of powers in his spiritual war to make sure he does. He's going to have unlimited plot armor. This time Eric Killmonger is going to win, and this time the negative demon, in which put the 9 negatives, principalities in your mind, art spaces in the beginning, this time it will not return after I toss it off of a cliff, along with its 9 principality buddies. Just a parable, man. Saying things out loud, you know? Good rising to everyone again, if you stay stuck with me to this point. But that's the 9 principalities melee, though. I just took the 9 deadly sins, turned them into individuals, and are going to have them fight to the death in spirit. All of them. That's all I did. Just a fun way to talk about it, you know? To all of you beautiful, magnificent people who may still be watching to this point. I just took characteristical traits, turned them into people, and made them fight each other in spirit. Or at least that's what I'm doing to the world right now. Just by telling you and saying these things out loud to you, it's just happening to you all in spirit. It's happening to you all in spirit right now. I can see it happening. I see my God listening to me. I see my God getting better. My words are like medicine to my God. My words are medicine to my God, and I know they are. So I'm just going to keep on feeding you the nourishment you need to get better. Just going to do it. So I just turned negative characteristical traits into people and or individuals from all types of genres of animes and cartoons and comic books, and I put them into an arena and have their characteristical traits fight to the end of them all. So we can then see what put them in there in the first place and stop it from putting it in us again, ever again. May these words have made sense to you. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Just be real quick and brief because I'm out of time now. I love you all very much. I literally love you all very much. And my love for you cannot end spiritually. But physically, you need to do better. Therefore, peace, love, unity, and advancement to you all, my family.